Have you ever thought about how great storytellers plant the seed of a mystery? Sometimes in places you'd never think to look? In Bleach, Kubo is known for weaving subtle hints into the story, sometimes hiding them in the most unlikely places, such as a character's profile. You know that moment when you're reading a character profile and stumble across a line that makes you think, well, that's random, only to realize years later it was a clue all along? For Uryu, one of these seeds is placed somewhere you'd least expect. In his character profile listed simply as low blood pressure. And we've actually seen Kubo do something like this before. Remember Ukitaki? The right arm of Ryo. Interestingly, his profile mentions his lung condition and gray hair. Entries that made you wonder from the start and later led to an unexpected twist. One tied not just to him, but to the main story. The Ryo's right arm, the embodiment of stillness and a reveal that changed how events unfolded. While the story points out that Uryu is a special case Quincy, even when it comes to the hollows, unlike the other Quincy, there is also a part of his story the manga never resolves. 9 years ago during Yuha Buck's Holy Selection, he survived an event meant to strip power from every mixed-blooded Quincy and return it to Yuha Buck. For those who die in the process, a still silver clot forms in the heart. Uryu is the only known mixed-blooded Quincy who survived. And if Kubo hasn't revealed the reason yet, maybe it's likely because the reveal could be saved for later in the story. In the anime, Uryu's role is being expanded and this intriguing blue vein pattern on his hand wasn't in the original manga. It makes you wonder why it was added and what it's meant to connect to. The style of the markings brings to mind the form of Mimihagi. For Ukitaki, Mimihagi's stillness was his hidden way of surviving. For Quincy, the Holy Selection's version of stillness is silver of stillness. The silver that appears due to the Holy Selection, with those who fall to it perishing with a small clot of pure silver in their hearts. Creating a parallel, the same idea of stillness presented in two different ways, each with its own meaning and role in the story. Both are tied to the one thing Yuha Buck's power can't perceive. Seen this way, the anime's choice to add this detail might be hinting that part of the Holy Selection's stillness stayed with Uryu, not enough to kill him, but enough to leave a mark. During Yuha Buck's Holy Selection, the anime shows Uryu collapsing first, putting the moment on him in a way the manga never did, and making his survival stand out more. In the manga, the focus is on his mother, Katagiri, who collapses on the 17th of June. 3 months later, she passes away. When her heart stops, along with the hearts of the other mixed-blooded Quincy who fell to the Holy Selection, each leaves behind pure silver, the silver of stillness. This is the same silver Ryuken forges into the arrowhead that stops Yuha Buck's power for an instant. During Uryu's fight with Senjumaru, the Quincy symbol appears in front of Uryu as he collapses, mirroring the imagery of the Holy Selection, as if evoking the moment he survived it and subtly tying this scene back to that unresolved part of his story. And that's important, because it's through the Holy Selection that the silver of stillness forms in a Quincy's heart. Uryu survived it. Maybe it's meant to make us ask, what did it leave behind inside him? And then there's the heart itself. Over and over, Kubo draws our attention back to it, Whether it's shown clearly or hinted at, starting with the blood vein pattern on Uryu's hand. This isn't just a Quincy ability. It mirrors the visual style Kubo used for Mimihagi's Stillness in Ukitaki, tying Uryu back to the same idea of stillness that the silver of stillness represents for the Quincy. Ryuken fires an arrow directly into Uryu's chest to restore his power, pierced in the same place during his fight with Senjumaru. And the arrow-like emblem placed right over his heart in his Vollständig. If you think about it, it's a deliberate repetition of a visual motif to reinforce a hidden idea. By returning to the heart again and again, Kubo uses show, don't tell technique, letting the imagery carry the weight, hinting there's likely more to it than we're shown. From the very first volumes, Kubo gave Uryu a profile detail most of us overlooked: low blood pressure. It's a direct reference to the heart. The same place Still Silver forms and low blood pressure can sometimes be linked to heart complication, even heart failure. Maybe it's nothing. Or maybe it's a seed Kubo planted from the start. A small clue that something still happened to Uryu during the holy selection. A partial effect. A hidden consequence. Something that could become a plot twist down the line. And we can't forget Soken, Uryu's grandfather. Could he have done something to prepare or protect Uryu? If so, that might explain how he survived when no other mixed-blooded Quincy did. And if this was just one subtle clue Kubo planted for us, how many more are still waiting to be found? Thank you for watching. Do you think stories ever truly end? Or do they always leave us searching? One story at a time, one sip at a time, until next time.